Since I was a kid, we hear about America, that America is beautiful, and we hear about America that life is better than life in anywhere in the world.
This story is about my father, Muhammad Abdullah, who came to the Delano area in 1957. He left his village in the mountainous region of central Yemen looking to better his life in America. Like many immigrants, he sought not only to improve his lot, but also to help his family in Yemen by sending them money whenever possible. This was the intent of many Yemenis who worked in the United States and in the oil-rich Arab countries, particularly Saudi Arabia. At the height of this labor migration, about 5,000 Yemenis worked in the vineyards and agricultural fields of the San Joaquin Valley.
I come to the United States 1956. I was about 20 years old. And I come to Pennsylvania. I stay there. I apply for a job at that time. There's no job there in the factories and all. Or anywhere. And I come to California, and my hobby, is the farm. I used to, because I born in the farm, and I used to live in the farm in Yemen. Then I met the Zananafish, Marco Zananafish, in 1962. I picked grapes for 3 years. I was worker for 3 years. And they offered me the job as a crew boss. I accepted. I tell him, he asked me, do you know how? I tell him, I don't know how, but I do my best. He said, that's all I want, and from there I started, with 18 guys.
Sunview, the company where my father was employed, first at picking grapes and tending the vineyards, is one of the leading growers of table grapes in California. It was founded by Marko Zanenovic, who immigrated to the United States from Yugoslavia in 1919, and his descendants continue to operate this family-owned business.
After that, he asked me if I want to be a supervisor. I told him, I don't know how to read and write. He laughed. He said, I don't want to put you in the office. I want what you have over here in your head. I told him, I answer you in 1 week, after 1 week. After 1 week, he answered me, I said, I give it a try. I met Irma. I met her in 1958. Then we get married in 1962. When I get the job, and she helped me a lot.
My father steadily rose in rank at Sunview and became a chief foreman and supervised hundreds of workers. While the majority had come from Mexico, the workforce also included a small group of Yemenis that arrived after my father. Many workers lived in labor camps in the fields, and later moved to apartments in Delano or bought country homes in the neighboring towns and hamlets. My mother Irma helped with the paperwork, and my brother Audie also worked in the vineyards to earn extra money while he was going to school. In fact, most of my father's male relatives worked in the vineyards. His nephew Ali, who became a foreman, and likewise his son Ali Jr., who now attends college.
A typical day of working in the farm would start out by getting up at 4:30 just to be able to dress up and get ready. And I remember having to put on the bandana over your head to cover so the sun won't burn you, walking around with a hat and stuff and getting ready at 4:30 in the morning just so you can be at work at 5:30. And then they'll basically, once you get here, they'll just tell you, today guys, we're picking some of the good grapes, with the high quality grapes. pick nothing but the finest, the rest leave on the vine. And you'll go out there, and I remember, it gets so hot and you can't take off that bandana and you'll be sweating because you don't want to get sunburned.
This one is about ready. And this one is ready. This one not ready. See how the other side is white. I don't want to eat too much.
Being out here reminds me of just being a young kid. I used to come out here with my dad, and at the time I thought I was working, but essentially I was just showing up and hanging out with him during his work day. As I got older, I was able to contribute a little bit more and actually work, weighing the grapes, stamping the boxes so they had the correct weight on them. Just little stuff that a kid could actually do.
I grew up in Delano and went to the local high school. As the population of Delano increased, 2 other high schools were built and named after civil rights advocates Cesar Chavez and Robert Kennedy. Where Chavez High School now stands, there were once vineyards stretching to the horizon as far as the eye can see. We used to picnic with family members and friends in the foothills of the Sequoia Mountains nearby. I have fond memories of those outings and of those summer days, driving past fruit orchards, almond, pistachio, and cotton fields, and of course vineyards bursting with grapes, Delano's claim to fame.
We have started with flame, seedless. Then after that, we go to a black seedless, Thompson seedless, Princess, and others, other variety. Then the red globe, the end of the season is red globe and crimson. Open it up inside. See, we have this berry. That is white. It's sweet, but for the market, is not acceptable. We sell to London, Australia, we send New Zealand, to everywhere.
Cultivating and nurturing this bounty requires water in abundance. This precious commodity is drawn from various sources and channeled to the fields by the California aqueduct that crisscrosses the irrigated terrain. The other key requisite is a large labor force, both foreign and domestic, that included, over the course of more than a century, Native Americans, European and Asian immigrants, Armenian refugees, as well as destitute farmers from Oklahoma who migrated to Central California in the wake of the Great Depression. The post-1965 era marked the arrival of the Yemenis, among others, and signaled an increase in the Hispanic community, who today make up the large majority of the proudly diverse population of Delano. Let's go type 2 more.
In 1965, there was over here in Delano area about 2,500 Yemenis. And after that, they started in 1972, they started going to Michigan, and some they buy a store, they own a store, some they go back home. Most of them they move on and buy a business, and some of them they get old, you know. So, but as you drive here in from Calexico all the way to Sacramento, you're going to find a lot of Yemenis store everywhere, everywhere. In Fresno alone, maybe they get about 70 families.
Eventually, many of the Yemeni workers retired and returned to Yemen to reunite with their families and enjoy the fruits of their labor after a long sojourn in the United States. For the several hundred families who remained, the challenge was to find a livelihood beyond the fields. Many pooled their resources and bought convenience stores and markets throughout the region. In Delano, one of the most popular hamburger joints is Elmer's, owned by the Obeid family. Whenever they're not in school, 3 of the sons, Caius, Abraham, and Salah, manage the eatery's day-to-day operation.
23? I've been born and raised here in Delano, California, and I've been coming to Elmer's since I've been in high school. That was 1974. Food is still good.
And working around burgers every day, you have to develop a personal favorite, and mine is the bacon cheeseburger. And being Muslim, we can't eat bacon that is made of pork, so ours is pure beef.
In high school, I had straight A's. I did curricular activities and everything, and I got accepted to one of the best universities, which is actually UC Berkeley. But I decided I wanted to go here because I want to stay close to my family, and that's really more important to me than college. I mean, if I lose my family, I lose everything. And my number one goal is to be an architect.
They were all from Yemen, and they were, at that time, all the ones in my class were working in the fields. And they went through a period of time where they would have to get up at like 3:30 in the morning to have breakfast, be bused to Harbin and back. And sometimes, before coming to school, they would have to make a choice, give up eating or give up taking a shower. And this type of dedication to school made teaching a very positive experience.
Some 10 miles into the hinterland and on the main street of the small hamlet of Richgrove, the Salah family operates a country store and gas station that caters to local residents and passing motorists.
Happy New Year. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Bien? Bueno.
People is nice, you know. I get attached to the people.
Being in the store business, like you know, it's just work. You know, it's you work, and don't really have that much free time like before, like when we were in high school. Even then, when I was in high school, we would just go to school and get done, and come back and work. You know, right after school, come home. I would do my homework right here. You know, during the evening times.
I've known Rakan since he's been in kindergarten. Me and him grew up in the community for about 27 years. I lived in Michigan for 27 years. I've been real active with the fire department. So has Rakan. You know, we got closer when we were in the fire department. It's boring without him because we're always arguing. You know what I mean? There's always some type of argument that keeps us going. And him and his family, like they're well known, they're well respected here, and you know, I don't know what I'll do without him because I have no one to argue except him over there. But
when I was in high school, not many people knew where I was from. They didn't know what Yemen was or what it was to be a Muslim. They just all categorized us as Arabs. And that was fine until the conflict of 9/11, until they blamed us all. And I had to break it down for them and let them know what's right.
These days, education and social mobility typify second-generation Yemeni Americans. As for my father, the fruit of his labor not only produced material success, but the grapes also changed the lives of his children. He is very proud of the fact that he was able to send my brother and me to college. Through his hard work and sacrifice, we were spared the labors of the field.
And that's one thing too, is you're always encouraged by your family to do good, do good, do good. Well, you know, and that's one main thing about Yemeni Arabs. So you're always encouraged by your family, hey, do good, be good, do this. You know, make sure you get it done, and they always push you. And it's a good positive push that really makes you succeed.
The other ongoing challenge for the local Yemeni Americans is how best to maintain their Yemeni identity. The religious center plays an important role in this regard by accommodating the spiritual and social needs of the small and close-knit Muslim community. Both my father and mother were instrumental in founding the Abu Bakr al-Sadiq Mosque and Madrasa, named after the righteous caliph who lived in the 7th century. In earlier days, the building served as a Goodfellows Lodge, and a police station is located just across the street. A generation of Yemeni American youth spent their weekends at the madrasa, where they were taught Arabic and the tenets of Islam, prayer, charity, pilgrimage, affirmation of the oneness of God, and fasting during the month of Ramadan. As a religious and social institution, the mosque has become an important venue for the celebration of Muslim holidays and also functions as a gathering place for the Yemeni American community at large.
I like to work in them because it's heaven. You see, the fruit is heaven. It's a hard job, but I love it.
I don't know that I would have the fortitude to move somewhere 8,000 miles away and leave a family back home and be able to just grind it out, for the sake of having to do it, because you have no other option. You got to give them credit. You have to see how the West was one kind of thing. How we had the Chinese immigrants. I think we've had an influx of so many different immigrants that have contributed to the state of California, let alone to the United States, that we kind of lose track of all that.
These days, my father spends his time between Yemen and the United States. With his hard-earned savings, he built a house in Sana'a, the capital, where he socializes with relatives and friends. Always the consummate farmer, he takes special pride in his home garden and the variety of fruits and vegetables that he cultivates.
I take Shai Mora, but it grows only in Mexico. I take avocado, and I take persimmon trees. I take elephant heart, from here. I take the white beaches. I take lime, lemon. Almost all my trees. Even the fig, I take fig from here. America is my life. I love America. I only living in America. I just go there just for a change, like in America they go for, to see a different world.